Just barely hooked too. I don't know if y'all could see that, but that hook was not in there. Check that fish out. All right, you guys, so today I wanted to talk about something. So, you know, I'm a full-time crappie guide. I guide multiple DFW area lakes. You know, if you're interested, I'll leave my link down below. But there's one thing that on all these trips I see, and this is not a knock on anybody, this is not talking down to anybody or anything like that, but the number one thing that I see clients struggle with is feeling that bite. And so I use minnows on, you know, most of my trips. It just kind of cuts down cuts down some of the work that the guests will have to do, and kind of just, you know, I want to maximize their catching ability. And so minnows for me is that answer. I'm not out here trying to run around and force feed fish jigs all day. I just want to drop down a minnow and let these guys catch them, so guys and gals catch them. So but there's one thing that I see time and time again, and it's just that light bite. And so these bites, I tell people a lot of times when they get in the boat with me, is you're not going to feel half the bites you get. And so I use high vis line. That is very, very key if you're going to do this. You know, you definitely want to have that high vis line. That way you can see these light bites, because you're going to see more of these bites than you're going to feel. And so I'm going to get up here and try and see if I can duplicate some of those bites for you guys and kind of show you what they look like and how to capitalize on them. If you don't have high vis line, in my opinion, this is my opinion, you're missing half the fish you could be catching. You could be taking home twice as many fish at the end of the day. And that's simply because these fish, they just go up there and just grab it, and they don't just slam it like a sand bass or something like that. So yeah, so let's get up here. I'm gonna let these boat wakes come through, and then we'll get up here and hopefully duplicate some of these bites for you guys. It's not even a weekend. All right, so kind of let the boat wakes come through, but so I'm just using my minnows for my flop box. I only got about a dozen or so, which I don't really need many. I just want to show you guys. And so just a simple minnow rig. This is the same exact rig that I was using on my last trip, actually. And so I'm gonna see if I can, the only problem is gonna be probably the sun right here, but let's see, I'm gonna try to make it to where y'all can see. So I tell my clients all the time, so every now and then just kind of lift up, just kind of like that, just lift up and down, because you're gonna not feel that bite, and you're just gonna pick up and there's gonna be weight on there. I don't know, these fish kind of act like they're not gonna cooperate. So I'm just kind of sitting right on the top of that brush right there. Fine. And he didn't get it. Had a bite, but he just did not get it all the way. And you know, that's part of why these bites are so hard to detect, is these fish a lot of times are not super active, and so they're just kind of lazy biting it. See, they're just bumping it and stuff. They're just not really wanting it. See, that one, just the line just went slack. I never felt the bite at all. That's a good fish, but the line just went slack. That was it. But that's a good fish. See, if I wasn't watching my line on this fish, I wouldn't have caught it, no doubt. And so this right here, I'm gonna kind of show a demonstration on how they do it. So if you think about it like this, if your line's in the water like this, okay, if that fish gets this bait and comes up with it, look at this line. You see how it's just, they come up with it, it's just gonna go slack. That's it. You're not gonna feel no bite. They're not pulling down on it and pulling the rod tip down. They're just literally gonna hit it, come up with it. And that's exactly what that fish did. And so again, that high vis line, I use Mr. Crappie monofilament. I'm not a big braid fan at all, but you can definitely use braid. There's good fish on this if we can get them to bite. Maybe right here I can see the line a little better on this one. I'm just kind of dangling that bait over top of them right there to see if I can get one to come out. And so the fish are coming from underneath it a lot of times, and so it's also why that bite's so light. Okay, we're right back kind of on top. That one did the same thing. It's not very big, but. And so you'd be surprised, some of your biggest fish are gonna be the ones that bite super light like that too. It's hard to explain, but that's really what it is. Like a lot of times I'll be able to tell, like before a client even gets that fish really going, like, oh, okay, that's a better fish, or it's a small one or something, just because of how it bit a lot of times. This right here is a case in point. Look at this. I sat this rod down. I sat the rod down and that fish got it. But all I saw was that line go slack. I saw the rod tip move just a little bit, but close. I'm gonna have to check some of these guys. No, actually he's short. He's short, but might be able to kind of demonstrate it a little better sitting the rod down now that I'm thinking about it. Just because I'll be able to kind of watch it a little more. That fish got it, line went slack. I was watching my on my bait on live scope, but it stopped falling and I was like, huh, wait a second. Pretty fish. Been noticing that a lot on lately. Like you'll miss a fish, pull it up, you know, yank it up, and then as that bait falls back down, they pick it up on the fall. Just like a reaction bite, for sure. Oh, that's a good fish. He had it. That one bit it as soon as it got down there. Ooh. Oh yeah. That's a good fish right there. Sweet. Check that guy out. Just barely hooked too. I don't know if y'all could see that, but that hook was not in there. Check that fish out. Thick across the back. Just an absolutely beautiful white crappie right there. I wonder how long he is. He's probably 12. Yeah. 12 and a half, almost 13. What a beautiful crappie. Sweet. I'm gonna throw him in here. Awesome. That sure was fun. Like I said, I haven't been fishing much, but it sure is nice. Get out here and catch a few fish. Got that one. Might be another good one. Oh yeah. Another keeper fish. Sweet. It's another good fish. It's not fast and furious, but they're biting. Got it. Another good one, I think. Oh yeah. He came right up. Look at that. That worked out. It's a solid fish. solid what, 11? Yeah, 11-inch fish. Some good fillets on them. Good old fillets. It's hard to get them to come out of there, but every now and then you get one to just can't stand it. And he comes on out and gets it. See, that one, the rod tip did it. Didn't feel it, but the rod tip was heavy. He's a little guy though. This fish is real cool looking. He's real pale. Huh. I don't know why he's so pale, but he's pretty pale. Oh, we might have wore out our welcome on this spot. Caught some good fish off it though, so I can't complain. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this. You know, just a little tip here. This is, you know, what I see out on the water and see a lot struggle with it. And again, it's not a knock on anyone. It's understandable. Even I have trouble, you know, really feeling these bites at times. So just pay attention to that next time. And if you can, use high-vis line and a sensitive rod. That's going to really help you out. And, you know, it's going to increase your catch rate by double, I think, pretty easy. So give it a shot next time, and yeah, you might be surprised. So thanks again for all the support, you guys. If you're interested in a guide trip, I'm still guiding as well. We're getting closer and closer to creek season, so I can't wait for that. But yeah, I'll leave all the information linked down below. I have a $50 like kind of promotion thing going on for guide trips. $50 a spot, and it could get you a fully guided crappie trip out here. So I'll leave that on my Facebook. If you're interested, check that out too. And thanks again for all the support. Cannot do this without you guys. If you could share the videos, that really helps me out. Share the videos, leave it a thumbs up, comment questions if you have any, and subscribe if you haven't. That really helps me out. The more I grow this channel, the more I'll be able to branch out and do different stuff. So thanks again. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Y'all take it easy.